All right, there we are. I want to welcome you guys to Results Driven by RW. Excited about tonight. Got some great stuff I want to share with you. Also, some exciting new opportunities that are coming up too here pretty quick. One big thing is, I want to let you guys know my goal tonight and every night is to make you better. Find ways to have you sharpen, because right now, the people that are watching this, be it via live or be it via YouTube after this session is over, I want you to know that I really desire that you just get a few nuggets, something that's going to shift you just a little bit to help you go better, further, faster. Okay. Now, of course, I'm a performance coach, so I'm always going to push results. I'm always going to push you going to the next level. I'm going to push you exceeding your greatest, highest expectation, because I know this about you. I know this about me. There's always more in the tank. Sometimes we try to save it because we want to protect ourselves. But I'm going to challenge you between now and the end of the year. Let's make the rest of this year the best of your year by going all in every area that works in your life. All right. So on tonight, I want to dive in real quick and let's pull up our screen. A little housekeeping. I want to remind you guys to take notes if you can, if you're not rolling. If you are rolling, be careful. If you're sitting down, hopefully you are, or you're at a place to where you can actually write some notes. That'd be awesome. Also, if you can, I'd love to see your smiling faces. Always good to see you, see your expressions. I like some of your faces because you give me those aha moments. I can see it in your eyes when something hits you and you just kind of light up. You know, I'm big on facial expressions because trust me, some of you don't know it, but you speak with your face a lot more than you think. So it's great if you can have your camera on. If not, totally understand. Ask questions, please. Ask questions and do me a favor, use my chat. Matter of fact, if you guys would do me a favor, put your name in the chat, where you're from, what you do. Make sure my chat is open, make sure it's working. Also, I'm gonna ask that you would unmute yourself or keep yourself on mute until we call upon you, because I'm gonna do a little monologue and then we're gonna open up some dialogue. I am trying to probably shorten up my monologue time because I love the discussion. Because in this group, I want you to realize that you're not the only one dealing with the struggles and things that you're dealing with. We're all dealing with our own struggles on different levels, but nevertheless, it's still not as easy as sometimes we can make it sound. So on tonight, I want to bring something to you that I've been actually dealing with some of my clients on this week. But before I do that, let's go into this week's win. Now, some of you have already given me some week's wins on how your 30-day progress is going. I'm excited about that. Those that haven't, if you would, give me a quick synopsis of your week. I know already Tiffany already said she already took the challenge. I'm so excited about that. I know Ty, he already took the challenge and he's doing better. Angie, how you doing? How's that 30-day challenge going? Am I taking some TV time? I'm excited about taking some stuff. Uh-oh, you're on mute. I can't read lips, but it don't look good. I'm just saying.
No, you're not taking no TV time.
I'm not taking no TV time. Come on, I could take that TV time.
I'm doing my posting, and it actually is better than what I thought I would experience. So it's doing really good. I appreciate it. You ain't taking no time from me. No.
For those that don't know, on our 30-day challenge, I made a challenge, but also made the person give a pain point. And so, because some of you, the reason you don't complete a challenge is because you don't have something behind it that you now have to give up or take away. And so many of you have given up certain things that are near and dear to you, which is exciting for me because that means you're engaged. And because I deal with people of integrity, they do what they say and say what they do, is a wonderful thing. So Angie, real quick, Angie, jump back on because I want to hear a little bit about your results. So it's been what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
Yeah.
How's the results been? What are you seeing? If you were to estimate, what kind of increase have you seen in people hitting your posts, liking your posts, even buying merchandise? How's that coming?
I mean, I've always, when I post, I get a lot of people who like the post, but the difference now is that I'm having more people engage in the post. And I'm also, because I opened myself up to more social media entities, that I have started gaining more followers. And not only that, the posts have generated a little bit more sales than what I had anticipated. Like last night I posted, I finally went ahead and the first time I just posted, let's make a match set, but I really didn't engage into it. But last night when I posted, I actually created a sale out of it and I hit just my subscribers, which within a 24-hour period, I really did get 2 sales off of that. So I'm seeing more engagement out of me posting through social media, way more engagement.
Wow, that's what I'm talking about, girl. And the funny thing is, they was all there waiting for me. Like I told you, they're just waiting on when is she gonna put something out? When is she gonna do something different? See, your fans are waiting on you. They're waiting on you. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Super excited about what's going on with that. Sharia, are you clicking now? Be careful now. I know you're rolling, but tell me one of them good this week. What happened this week? Angie, thanks for sharing. Appreciate that.
You silly. You know I'm a gangster. You know I'm rolling. Awesome week. I'm sticking to my work regimen. I would like to say thank you to my results-driven team, to all the ladies who have been by the shop, Miss Angie, Delshana, Robbie. Yep, I know you referred someone and sent someone. I just want to say thank you. I appreciate you guys so much and our network.
Beautiful, man. Well, you know what? I'm glad to hear about that because that's what the networking is all about, you know, coming together and bum rushing each other's spots and helping each other to grow and become even better. That is amazing results. Thank you so much for sharing. Wow, that's what I'm talking about. I know I've actually been over there and been impressed. I got my footsies putting some moisturizer carrying on and whatnots. Now, real quick, Sharia, how has the adding the additional package thing worked? How's that coming along?
Say that again. How's what coming along?
Oh, the package. How are you adding that package? How's that package come along?
Oh, the package is awesome. I've been offering, I did a Father's Day special, $100 for a pedicure and manicure.
Wow.
My regular special is a pedicure and a full set for $125, which is just a house price. And that has been doing awesome. The only thing is my clients are getting spoiled. I have talented employees now, and they want me to be the only one to touch them. So I'm trying to train other people my technique so that the clients can be comfortable with other people. But the special is going great. It's actually my doubling up is being efficient. So I'm very proud about that.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Glad to hear about that. I know I've seen also too, Angie, I saw you hit some bracelets attached with your other stuff. I said, okay, I see we doubling up a little bit. How'd that work, Angie? Real, I know I'm messing with you, but I want to see, I love the results, guys. I love the results.
Yeah, that's how I thought of packaging it, is putting the accessory with the item. So that did make a difference. That really did. So I know that there's other ways that I could try to package stuff. So I think that's just like the beginning. I just have to, coordinate which items that I would want to package, put together that would seem feasible to somebody.
Beautiful. I love it. I love it. I tell you, just double up. Doing what you're already doing, just add that extra piece to it, because it's just as easy to get 2 sales as it is to get 1. Matter of fact, sometimes it's easier to get the second one because people just throw it in like, oh, hey, you know what? You want that double? You want that, what they tell you when you go to McDonald's? You want that supersized or you want it medium? Just have people supersize that stuff, make it work. So great job, guys. Great job. Glad to hear about those wins. Any other wins? Anybody else have any wins real quick before I move on? Great. All right, guys. You guys are doing.
I have one. I'm sorry. I couldn't
Go.
find the button. Good evening, everyone.
Hey, Sharday.
Hi. Well, I wasn't really trying to per se put a number as far as weight loss. I was just more focused on walking and eating right and stuff. But I did end up losing 10 pounds so far.
Wait a minute, man. Let's clap that up. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I lost 10 pounds.
What?
So I'm just gonna keep it up.
Keep it up, girl. I'm gonna be calling you Slim. That is amazing. See, these are the goals we're talking about, guys, because trust me, every little change or shift you do, it helps you. It builds your confidence. It makes you stronger, faster, go further, more endurance. All these things are important. So great job. Come on, guys, clap that up, man. That is amazing, man. Good stuff. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, guys. Any others? I want to bypass you. All right, everybody's good. All right, let's move on.
Oh, I
All right.
got one more.
Oh, come on with it then.
I got one more. So remember last week I told you I dropped the flyer for my bounce house business?
Yes.
I got my first client.
What?
Yeah,
What?
I got my first client.
Wow. Now
I'm
that
excited.
is, clap that up. That is amazing.
The lies that we have heard over and over again. Which is why you can't get them to answer the question.
You got a little money in the bank. I like it. Oh, somebody got their,
So many people have- Exactly, but he would be on that. You had take the
gotcha. All right. So tonight, guys, we're gonna jump into it. All right. I want to talk about going through changes. All right. Many of you guys I've been talking to, the hardest thing in life and in business is to change. In other words, to look at what you're doing and make a conscious decision that this ain't working. Now, many of you, I'm excited because you're actually making those subtle adjustments to what you've been doing already, okay? But in business and in life, you're gonna have to make sometimes even more aggressive changes. So I wanna hopefully help you through tonight when it comes to your business and your personal, because remember guys, even though we try to separate it, it kind of flows together. Okay. In other words, if your personal life is good, I can guarantee, matter of fact, when I look at hiring people, I have to find out, hey, how's your family? How's everybody going? When I start hearing there's problems in the family, in the home, and situations like that, it immediately makes me have to step back, because that means that if you're having problems at home, you might not be as efficient as you could be if you could. Now, we all have problems, but you have to be careful with that. Okay. Oh, speaking of which, guys, I forgot to mention this, but next week is going to be group all your people. So the people that are working for you, I want to talk to your team next month. I want to help you strengthen your team. That's next month. Okay, but anyway, but you're going through changes right now. And so as you're going through these changes, guys, you have to realize that here's the big kicker. In order to change, you must change. Let me say it again. Now, some of you, y'all stubborn. Yeah, you are. I'm talking about you. Yeah, you stubborn, because you'll get stuck in what you've been doing, but get mad at the results. Now, how can you get mad at results that you continue to do? Now, you guys know that old saying that continue to do the same thing over and over again, and it's insanity. Especially if you think that you gonna change by doing the same thing. Now, you must leave who you are. Right now, who you are today is not gonna make it to where you're going. Let me say it again. Who you are today is cool, but for what we're trying to transform you to, it's gonna have to shift. You have to become a whole nother person to become really what you see yourself being. Because who you become is generally because you're a product, and we are, of our environment, who we've been around. Some of you, you've never been in a group like this, to where we actually talk openly about making money, making deals, making adjustments, challenging you on the things that you're already doing. Because I found out more and more that we get comfortable very easy and not changing. Matter of fact, we'll fight change. And I'm gonna talk about that tonight for some of you. Because some of you right now are fighting the very change that will change your whole life. Figure that one out, okay? So you can't be who you are today. You can't. Let me put that on the table. Some of you are like, no, I just gotta be me. I wanna be the same. Well, the same you right now is broke. Do you wanna be the same you a year from now, 2 years from now? The same you right now is made 100,000. I gotta be honest, there's no money. The same you can't make that million, because we have to shift that mindset to what you can do, okay? So you have to leave some stuff off. You have to shake the dust off. Now, when is change hard? I believe it's hard when we make it hard, when we don't see the full benefit of the change. In other words, getting to the point to where you recognize that the change you need to make is going to benefit not only you, but your business and your family. I was sharing with someone on today that although COVID, a lot of people died, and we absolutely grieve those people, and we're so touched by the people that lost loved ones during this time. But it forced us, some of us, to change. And I'm one of them to where the change was the best thing that could have happened to me. So sometimes forced change is what you really need, because you won't just do it yourself. Think about this. Some of you right now, you're struggling, you look in the mirror, you don't like what you see. If the doctor came to you tomorrow and said, if you don't do da, 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 you're gonna die, you'll change. It's funny how we'll make changes when we have to make them, but generally it's hard to change because you've gotten comfortable. And low key, mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially, you've gotten comfortable for what you've become. And if that's you, just put in the chat, you're talking to me on tonight, because if you look at your physical, if you're super ecstatic about where you're at, God bless you. I know I'm not, I'm working on it, but I'm really working on it. Number two, what about your spiritual? Many of you guys know where I stand, but how is your relationship with, in your spiritual sense? And then of course, mentally, how is your mental wellness really? How short-tempered are you really? How emotionally unstable are you really? Are you so emotionally unstable that you say these magic words, that's just the way I am? Okay, well, just the way you are right now, let me let you know it's not gonna make it to where you're trying to go to. Because on next month, we deal with your employees or your people that are working for you, we're gonna find out how much really you are a leader. Because if you're a leader, people are gonna follow. If you're not a leader, then people are gonna fight with you. So just make sure you know that it's gonna be hard to change when you're comfortable wherever you're at. You're comfortable in your finances. Some of you, you've gotten comfortable in whatever state you found yourself in. So say that right now you're living paycheck to paycheck. There are some people that are comfortable. They'll even make the statement, as long as I can pay my bills. That's a broke statement, just so you know. As long as I can do this, as long as I can get my nails done, as long as I got a few dollars left over, that's a scarcity and a scared statement, or at least scary for me, because that means now you've gotten comfortable in the state that you're in. So to the point to where you're okay talking about it, okay? Also, you have to ask yourself, when is it hard for me to change? What has to happen in order for you to change? Some of you, you live your life in emergencies. Only when an emergency happens, well, let me simplify it. When the bill comes in red, that means it's important, okay? Some of you gotta wait until things get to the last moment, and then all of a sudden you kick in the gear to make something happen. And that's living from a place of being sketchy, because now you can't be trusted. So now you live your life in a state of emergency. And now that can be hard to change, because you have lived your life in crisis. Matter of fact, if there's not a crisis, some of you, here's the judge. If you're in your house and it's quiet and you start looking around like, why is it quiet? That means you've gotten used to drama. You've gotten used to stuff jumping off. And when you get used to that, you, believe it or not, can't live without it. That's why some of you look at the soaps and stuff, and the Housewives of Atlanta, and now they got the new one, I think, the Housewives of Beirut, or whatever it is. But you gotta watch drama if there's no drama. So be careful, because it can be hard to change when it's gotten comfortable in whatever you're dealing with. All right, next thing, how do you know that you need to change? Can I make it real simple? When you're not where you wanna be. If you are not where you wanna be today, then I'm telling you, you need to change. Now the question becomes, in what areas? And here's how you judge that. What's working, what's not working? Those are the two things. What's working versus what's not working. If right now you're struggling financially, that's not working. You gotta change, okay? If your relationship is in a good place, then I challenge you to even find out even how to make it better. You know, I pride myself on being able to do good, but still strive to be better. There's still a point in my life that I keep a little discontentment, meaning that I'm happy where I'm at, but I'm still longing for something more. And I mean, many of you, I know that on this call, you're longing for something more, but now the key is sometimes just me talking to you and saying, man, look, I love you, but you need to change. You need to change for your business. You need to change in your relationships. You need to change the way you handle your family. Pookie and Ray Ray them and LaQuisha them and Maria them, they don't need all your money, okay? What they need is you to get ahead in your business and you can give them a job, okay? Get them to the place to where now they have to earn it and not just have to receive it from you, okay? But you gotta change. You gotta change your mentality and how you handle people. You know, there's the 4 agreements that I use a lot now, that you wanna make sure, number one, you're true to you. Be impeccable with your word, be impeccable with what you're gonna say. You also wanna make sure you don't take stuff personal. You wanna make sure you don't assume stuff. And of course, you wanna make sure that you engage in everything that you're doing in your life, okay? Now, with that being said, let's move a little further. Why do you think people fight change? Do me a favor, open my chat up a little bit. And why do you fight the change that you really want to have? In other words, why do you personally fight change? I know some of you are like, no, I don't fight change. Yeah, you do. Right now, there's stuff that you're saying that you want to do, but you don't want to make the change to do it. You know, I got someone on this call, I'm not gonna say no names, Robbie, but they want to hold on to stuff when there might be time that you got to let go of some stuff. You know, the one thing I want you guys to realize that what you have right now in most cases is not your harvest. It's just more seed. So don't get caught up in what you currently have, because what you currently have is cool, but it might not get you to where you're going. It might just be seed for where you're going, okay? So real quick, I don't see enough in there. I see a few of y'all putting in there, but why do you fight change, really? Why do you not want to change? And then some of you, I see you, I want to change, I am changing, and you are, but are you changing in areas that are uncomfortable for you to change? Or are you making comfortable changes that you was gonna do anyway? Okay? And this is where some of you in our 30-day challenge, I've been giving you pain points, because some change hurts. You know, you walking away from a bad relationship hurts. You telling your kids no hurts. You actually telling your job that you're not gonna be here much longer, that hurts too. Now, not that I'm getting anybody to leave their job, because like I said, employees are great. You wanna get what you need to get there. But just remember, don't get stuck there. That's the kicker, okay? Next thing, I said a little bit of a lot tonight, a little bit of a lot, but I want to open up this because once again, I need to hear, why are you fighting necessary change? And maybe you can help me out by letting me know, what change are you fighting? You know, because right now, what are the things you didn't say, but you are saying through your actions that you really refuse to change? In other words, some of you have some non-negotiables, and I'm gonna start with mine. I like coffee. I'm gonna drink coffee. Now, I've cut back on my coffee, but I ain't gonna stop drinking coffee because I actually like coffee. So I'm not gonna tell myself the lie that I'm gonna stop drinking coffee, except for my fast days, as long as I don't drink coffee. But anyway, but other than that, I know there's certain things that I'm not gonna mess with. Okay, I'm not gonna tell y'all that I'm gonna cut sweets out completely. I'm gonna have at least one cheat day a week. I got to have a little something every week. So what are your non-negotiables? And since Angie, I got you at the top of my screen, what is something that you know that needs to change, but it's a difficult thing to do? I'm calling you out. I need you to be a little vulnerable tonight. Don't put that speaker on. Let me open up. Let me hear. I can't help you if I don't know. Go on, hit the button. There you go.
Yeah, you always be picking on me.
I love you. I love you enough to push you. How about that?
I have a lot of things to change. Ron, I do.
Just give me one. Give me one.
You know, I would say that that last minute, what did you say? When you wait, when the bill is red, then they'll say, oh, I'll pay it. I need to stop doing that. Yeah. But I have a lot of things that I know I need to change. So I just try to do one at a time. I've come a long way though.
I hear they say that one little place we go to, it says, I'm not who I used. I'm not what was. I'm not where I want to be. But I thank God I ain't who I used to be.
Where I used to be.
Okay. But now, in order to go to this next part of the journey, the good news is some things have already come to you that you know. And here's the thing I want to challenge you to, is not to find out that it's hard to do it, but it's really easy once you find out why you need to do it. Because it's going to make you better for where you're going. That's all. Okay? So don't fight the change, embrace the change. Like right now, you are a CEO. Embrace that. That means it's going to separate you from everybody else automatically. So that means that as that CEO and as that leader, there are things that you have to change so that your people also will make those changes.
Okay.
Yeah, so don't do it just for you. Matter of fact, because you love people so much, I even recommend do it for somebody else. I quit smoking for my kids. I quit drinking for my kids because I didn't want to teach them things. Now, they're going to do what they want when they got older, but there were things that I decided to get rid of, but I had to change.
Right.
Yeah, I used to cuss like a sailor. I stopped cussing as much.
Oh, no, I can do that.
Good. So those are things that, you know, have to slightly change. Now for you, facial expressions.
Yeah. All of mine be, yeah, you can see how I'm feeling, what I'm thinking, and what I'm probably about to say. I wear it on my sleeve. I do that.
Good.
I do that.
Make those adjustments and you're doing good. Thank you for sharing, Angie. I appreciate you. All right, I got Miss iPhone. Who's that on my iPhone? I see you on the iPhone. She's leaning in. Uh-oh. Okay, I won't pick on you right now. I'll wait until later. Don't smile. Yeah, I'm smiling. I'm talking to you. You showing his iPhone. I don't see your name on there. But click. There you go. How you doing?
Hi.
And what's your name?
I wasn't aware that you could see me plainly.
Absolutely. You look wonderful. You look simply marvelous, darling. Marvelous.
Well, thank you. My
what's your
name is
name?
Verlene. I'm Verlene. I'm aunt to Kathy Howard.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you so much for joining us on tonight. I know I just threw you right on in the pot, huh? Because what I'm finding out in life, sometimes there has to be things that we expose a little bit, because in order to change, we must acknowledge that there are things that need to be adjusted. Give me one thing that you know that, man, I fight with this, but I know I need to do it. What is that thing for you? Just one thing.
Procrastination.
Ah. Now, where does that come from, you think?
Well, the wanting to do and the dream to do and the ideas to do, but having the fortitude to just push you out of that procrastination stage into what you know you really should be doing.
Wow. Okay. That's really good. That's really good. All right. So now on the flip side of that, what could you do to change that in a way that you feel comfortable doing it, but you know it's actually happening?
I think the power is in the group, you know, and the cohesiveness, the linking together, and the chain that you form. And, you know, so if one's lagging behind, you can pull, such as meetings like these. So I was happy that my niece invited me.
Beautiful. I'm glad you came on. Thank you so much for your input. I love it. It's something that now we all deal with it. And the way, and I'll talk about this here in a minute, about how we fight through that thing is truly just the opposite, which is action. You know, now taking what we want to do and just doing it. And some of you, the biggest thing is the process. And unfortunately, that's something sometimes deep down inside of us that we feel that everything has to be a process, when not everything is a process. Because really some stuff you've already processed 15 times. It's just time now to do it and execute.
Right.
And so the good news is you work with this group, work with me, I promise you, you will be executing on some things. Matter of fact, as you're finding, we're in the middle of a 30-day challenge. And so what I did was I challenged the people to now tell me what they want to do, what they want to change or adjust. And then I gave them a pain point behind it to say, if you don't do it, then I want you to, you're gonna have to give me something that's dear to you. And it wasn't money, it was just something you like doing. And I told them that the good news is I know you to be, and all my guys that are watching are people of integrity. And so because you're people of integrity, that means you do what you say and say what you're gonna do. And I believe you to be that person. So I'm gonna challenge you for the rest of this month to anything that pops up that needs to be done, you don't think about it, you do it. Now, if you don't do it, you got to tell me next week why you didn't do it. And then I get to tell you why you should have did it. And then I'm gonna slap you around a little bit more, but we'll deal with that too. Or I might, you know what? I might have you wear a clown hat on the next session. She's like, no, what kind of group is this? We want you to know that we love you enough to push and challenge you, and we'll do fun stuff, okay? But thank you for being on so much. I hope you get something. I got a few more nuggets I'm gonna drop on you, okay?
All righty, thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. All right, Ms. Robbie, you next on my list. What's going on? What's happening? What's popping? What's that one thing?
I think maybe my what's the word? Assertiveness, I guess. Assertiveness when it's coming to like how you say going out to get my own meat. So my assertiveness with doing that. I think that's one thing that needs to change.
All right. And for some of you that don't know, I challenged Ms. Robbie. I said, there's mine, yours, and ours. And that's in any business situation. Is what is mine, what is ours as we do together, and then there's things that's yours. Now, I believe in any relationship that you're in with business, there is times I got to get my meat, and you got to go get your meat. And your meat becomes yours. And of course, my meat becomes mine. And so that's the process of going out there. But I think for you, it's just the biggest thing is just actually, once again, the numbers game, because of what you do professionally, is just going to be in the repetition of setting those things in place, which is great. So we'll talk about that some more. Good stuff, Robbie. I appreciate you. We're going to work on that. Sade, what you got? Matter of fact, guys, if you would, do make sure, type in the chat a little bit. I'll read out through the chat too.
Okay, so for me, I would say when it comes to like health, like I'm not gonna stop eating donuts. Like that's just not gonna, like I love donuts. I don't eat them like that per se, but I mean, I just love donuts. So I'm not gonna stop eating donuts. Business-wise, I have a hard time constantly changing things in a sense where, like, for instance, I've been doing a lot of drawings here lately. And I think I spend way too much doing that instead of just, I guess I could say being a perfectionist. I don't think I could ever stop doing that. I feel like I just have to get it right. So when I'm drawing it, or like the way that I see it, and then I start drawing it out, like I'll erase it, I won't even erase it, just throw it away and just start all over again. And I find myself spending a lot of time, like trying to design or, trying to draw what it is that I'm seeing for just one particular like shirt or a design that I'm trying to do. And I don't think that that's something that will ever change with me. I think that that's just something that I will just continue to keep doing. but in a sense, I still feel like I should change it because I don't want to get to the point where I'm spending way too much time just on one project. Because I challenged myself to do 8 this month, and I'm at 7, which that was, I ain't gonna lie, that was really difficult for me because I constantly want to get it right. And it was just challenging, just trying to be like, Shardy, just leave it like it is so that you can give it to your man. So that way that he can, go off with your vision and he'll take it and perfect it. I had a hard time doing that all this month.
Well, the good news is though, you accepted the challenge and you see that it can be done. I just typed in the chat for you guys. I want you to write this down or put it embedded in your brain. Perfection is the enemy of progress. Perfection is the enemy of progress. What can happen is you want things to be perfect, but your perfect is just ridiculous. Your perfection is OCD, and also it stops you from actually performing. Okay, results driven is a real thing for me. In other words, you can have all this going on, but until you actually have the results, then it won't actually be, it's almost like having these great ideas that you won't, it's almost like I have a lot of my artistic folk that's on here. And because you're so artistic, it's never going to be perfect for you. But I guarantee you, it's going to be something that other people would do. So remember, when you're doing these things, you're doing, of course, for you, but you also want to make sure that people that you're selling or putting things out there for, and when you get projects that you have to do for people, you can't spend forever on them. So just put that in the back of your mind, but perfection can be the enemy of progress, okay? And it can create procrastination, okay? Because you won't do it until you feel like it's almost like there's a saying that says, if a farmer waited until the ground was perfect, the seasons were perfect, and then plant, they'd be a broke farmer. The farmer has to plant when it's time to plant. He can't depend on what the weather look like because he's got to go do and put the seed in. And then from that, it's going to evolve over time. Okay. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Just one little thought I want you to put in the back of your mind and make it work. All right. Now, Cherie, I see you working, girl. Look at you working. So I won't mess with you. Keep on working, girl. You got clients going on. I like the way you roll.
Look, I got somebody special in the chair today, though. The legendary Miss Aretha Harding.
So like we had a bad connection. Oh my goodness. I wish I could hear. I can't hear what you're saying. I can't hear you. No, let me see. I can't hear you. It's like the Matrix. You're like in slow motion. That's okay. We'll come back to you. We'll come back to you. All right. Who else I got? I got Dr. Kathy. Oh, no, wait a minute. I'm sorry. You're in Dave and Buster's. Be in Dave and Buster's. Unless you can talk. That's okay. I'll come back to you. Miss Olivia, I know you're rolling. Miss Olivia ain't no joke. I know she out there doing what she got to do. She probably don't got to make no changes because that's how she rolled. But if there were one thing that you say, I know I need to change, Miss Olivia, what would that thing be? And why is it so hard to change?
Oh, so you're just gonna put me on blast like that, right?
Because I mean, I just appreciate you being here. I mean, I live my life by moments, and I don't know if we'll ever have this moment again. And so instead of wasting this moment, I want to maximize it. And if nothing else, I'm throwing all my cards on the table. Thanks for being
first thank you. First, I want to say, hey, TT Mama. Verlene, hi Mama, how you doing? You look so beautiful.
Wow.
I've been really working on my procrastination. I was listening to you talking about the changes and just being afraid of change. You get so comfortable with where you are until you just like, I don't want to try nothing new, but I want something to change. So I know in order to do that, I have to make some changes, and that's to work on my procrastination. I'm gonna give you a little testimony. This morning, yesterday I tried to go to the DMV
I had a vehicle years ago, and at that time I had let the insurance lapse. So you know how they stick you with that fine, right? So I called and asked them. Now I bought the vehicle back. Like 5 years later, I bought the vehicle back. So I called them to find out how much it was going to be for me to get the vehicle registered. And they told me it was gonna, I had to pay this $1,200 fine, right? First, and then get this SR22 insurance and all of that. She said you could pay it, you could send in a payment, or you can go into the DMV to pay it. So yesterday I tried to go to the DMV, but their lines were closed for walk-ins. So this morning I woke up kind of early, and I was like, okay, I'll go to the DMV. Then I'm like, no, I'm not gonna go to the DMV. Then I was like, okay, get up and go to the DMV. And then this song dropped in my spirit saying, oh God, what is it now? It just went away from me. It was like pretty much like trust God. And so when I went to the DMV, I registered the vehicle without having to pay that $1,200 that I was looking. So I was able to go get my car filled up with gas, because I thought I was going to have to pay that $1,200 that they didn't tack on. So it was that it's procrastination. I have to work on that. When I hear the voice of God, I just have to move with what He's saying versus my own timing, thinking that, okay, it'd be better if I go a little later or whatever. No, when I got up and moved this morning, I did have to pay that fine. So I'm gonna say my procrastination is what it is that I have been working on, so that I can continue to move forward in the direction that I'm going, because God has truly been awesome to me and my family.
Beautiful, beautiful. And those are just those subtle things. And I like the way you brought that out, because those are the subtle little moves that help to now it breaks it down to where now you start acting more, responding more on things, because you, as you did today, you realize the results are better when you move when you know you should have moved.
Absolutely, that is correct.
Beautiful, beautiful. But change is hard. Guys, once again, that's why we're talking about this tonight, because if you don't realize that there are some things that you have to change, and then start being intentional about the change. That's the key, guys. Intentional. It's not something that's just going to happen. You got to start now telling yourself, no, don't wait. Do it now. Don't wait. Like me, I'll use another example. I want to go to the gym. I told myself I was going to the gym. So what I'll do is I'll come home, grab my gym bag, change clothes, and go back out the door. Because if I sit down, it's a wrap. So I think we have to now set yourself up for success by knowing that if you have something to do, let's get it done. And that's just those little small changes. All right, Tiffany, what you got? Tiffany, I know you're on there, you're watching. Thank you so much, Olivia, for sharing on tonight. I appreciate you.
The hardest thing I have was first into a circle like this. I kept procrastinating. You know how you want to do better, you want to be more educated about business and all of that, but then being afraid of, can you meet the challenge? So that was one of the things. And then just trying not to have scattered brain when it comes to the different things that I'm trying at this moment. And so that's why I'm here, trying to make sure.
Well, I'm glad you are here, and that's a change, because once again, it's intentional now. So now you intentionally said, I got to be on this Zoom because I know, and once again, guys, I'm going to tell you all, my goal, and I know it to be true, that you're not going to remember everything I said, but I'm after you getting a nugget. One little thing, that one little thing, believe it or not, can change your life. You have people that you're talking to that one little thing you say can change their life. I want you to start looking for those things and start seeing how you can make those adjustments. Ty, last one. Tell me one little thing that you know you need to change, but you've been fighting with, but you know it has to happen.
It's actually something I learned from the call we talked about maybe a month ago, about just investing more in my time personally. You know, I mean, I got 3 kids now that are older, and you know, I've been a family man. They're doing their own thing. I want to focus on me a little bit more, get them out my pockets, and you know, and I've had the conversations with you, start them on the right way. One of the things I still struggle with, I don't know if you recall, it was probably a month ago we talked on the call about jumping up, and then I jump on my phone for work. You know what I mean? My phone's right by my nightstand, and I'm on my phone. You know, I get up early, 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm on my phone for probably an hour answering emails, but that's the time that I should be up on the treadmill in the garage or working out, which leads me to my 30-day test right now, is just trying to get better on myself and work out mentally and physically. So just focusing on myself is something that I've been struggling with, and I need to do that a little bit more.
Wow. Now that's a huge change. And I gotta be honest, that was one of the hardest shifts I had to make. But then I had to shift the thought to where me being better helps everybody around me better.
Right.
In other words, if I'm good, then I'm better for other people. Because we talked about this before, because some of you guys, especially a lot of you guys on this call, you're overachievers. And so your 60% can look like other people's 100%. In other words, you can be knowing that you're at 60, other people seeing your life, and they're like, oh man, this guy, man, they on 100, 120. It's like, you only on 60, only because you're not your best, which every day, of course, is different what our best is. But I do know this, if I take care of me first, mentally, physically, spiritually, then I can help so many people because I'm pouring into me to pour into others. And that way, at the end of the day, you're not just depleted because you didn't take care of you. So man, I appreciate that. That's great. That's stuff that's going to be life-changing and game-changing for where we're going. Wow, good stuff. Thanks for sharing, T. I appreciate that. All right, so let's move on. And we're almost there, guys. So 30-day challenge. How's that going? Put in my chat. Some of you guys have already kind of expressed a little bit about that 30-day challenge, but I need to see, and I'm hearing results. Now it's just a matter of seeing how you're going to continue, because I don't want you to quit. We're close to the end of the month. I don't want you to give up. If anything, whatever you're doing now, to the best of your ability, I want you to tweak and do a little bit more. Don't get comfortable. Matter of fact, I want to stretch you a little further, just like I did with Miss Tiffany. I wanted her to double up what she was doing, because at some point, you're gonna start looking at, where am I at? What am I trying to do? And then now reminding yourself of the challenge you made to you. Now, those of you that are new to the call, don't fret. There's still time for you to get in. It's not how long you do it, is that you do it. So now today is the 23rd. So you got 8 days. I need you to make a goal, know what the goal is, do what you say you're gonna do, when you say you're gonna do it. And if you don't do it, give yourself a pain point. Give yourself a reason that if you don't do it, I can't do this. Some of you like to buy shoes. I can't buy a shoe until I complete what I said I was gonna do. I can't buy a t-shirt, I can't do this, I can't. Anyways, something that you love to do, take it away from yourself, okay? It'll make a big difference. Because here's the truth of this, guys, is the old hound dog story. And I know you guys have heard the old hound dog story. The old hound dog story is there was a hound dog sitting on the porch. The hound dog was howling, "Ow!" And the master was like, why are you howling? Well, why your dog howling? And the neighbor came over and said, man, why is your dog howling like that? And the guy that owned the dog said, because he's sitting on a nail. And the neighbor said, well, why would he just get up? He said, because it don't hurt bad enough yet. Some of you, I need you to make change before it starts hurting, before it starts affecting your family, before it starts affecting your income. Get to a place that you don't have to wait for pain or for the doctors to step in and say, hey, if you don't do this, you're gonna die. Don't wait to make that change. Whatever that change would be for you, do it now, all right? All right, guys, we're gonna move a little further. Last question, what is stopping you from being the best version of you? I challenge you, ask yourself this every single day. Am I being the best version of myself? Am I being the best that I can be? Okay, why do I need a performance coach? Here's why, because a lot of times you're trying to do stuff and you have good intentions, but intentions without action are just good intentions. There are ways that we can work together to show you how to push forward to now complete that what you said. Most people can start, but the question is, can you finish? Accountability, it closes the gap. In other words, in this group, you get accountability, just like we have these open mic sessions, I call them, or these group discussions. It helps you now to know that there's other people that are either struggling or overcoming the struggle that you've been through. And one thing I know to be true is once someone has done it, there's no more excuses why it can't be done. The only reason it can't be done by you is you choose not to do it. Don't go it alone. Get help. I think the hardest thing for most of you is going to be to say, I need help. I need to make adjustments in what I'm doing to get to where I really want to be. How can I help you? Through all the things I do. Everything on here is what I can offer to you as a performance coach. So in other words, we're not just talking about doing stuff. I'm talking about getting stuff done. There's a lady, she's not on the call tonight, but I'm on a 30-day path that her business will up and going, and she will get her first contract within 30 days. That's just what I do. I show people not only what to do, but we actually walk you through how to do it, okay? There is a value exchange going on here. I'm giving you value. And I believe that when you give value, it's okay to get value in return. I believe you guys have to be taught as business people, and number one, definitely as being business people, that everyone you're working with, they should value you enough to pay for your services, your product, whatever you're offering. But if you bring so much value, they're gonna wanna do that. I had a young lady that sent me a text and she sent me this Cash App, and I'm like, okay. But it's amazing when people value what you do for them. You know, what can you put a price tag on when it comes to your future? In this group, here's how it works. Every Thursday we meet, this time, 6 to 7. I try to keep it within an hour. Sometimes it goes a little bit long, but we try to keep it within that zone. What do we talk about? Ways to mentally strengthen you, physically strengthen you, financially strengthen you, get your business up and going. We challenge you. We develop your team. We do a whole lot to push you to the next level. And for that is $99 a month. And you can actually Cash App or you can Zelle that to me. That gets you tied into me. Once you do that, those of you that get getting started, we do an assessment. And I go through and find out how I can really help you. And so you'll see, because of my value, I go above and beyond. Now, some of you, you're gonna go beyond this. I've got many now that are actually on this next level of coaching, to where now I become your individual weekly coach. In other words, every single week we're meeting. Every single week we're defining your goals. Every single week you have a task that you have to complete. Every single week we're getting closer to where you want to be. Just met with one of my guys today. We will, in 2 weeks, have his business up and running. He's actually buying vehicles, and he'll be buying his first vehicle within 2 weeks, and to get his business going. So in other words, once again, those results, those are what we do. That's how we help people. Guys, I appreciate you being on the Zoom tonight. I hope you got something that will help you. Just remember, you cannot change and not change, okay? I want you guys to keep looking at those areas, make those slight adjustments, watch your life shift. And I'll be here to cheer you on. I'll be here to push you forward. I'll be here to be excited about your wins, all right? You guys have a great night. Great talking to you. Thanks for being on the call. Thanks for being on the Zoom tonight. If you have any questions, just email me at resultsdrivenbyrw@gmail.com, or you can text me at the number that's on the screen. You have a great day. Talk to you soon. You guys be great. God bless you.